All right, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors on to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well, and also Shalom. Citations, mercy, and blessings to you sincere brothers that's out there, pushing this word with truth and with faith. My name is Thabo Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. As you can see on my screen, I have this article pulled up. This is called, what I looked up was crimes against humanity, and this kind of goes into it. This is from www.law.cornell.edu, all right, which is a law school, and I wanted to look up this term, which is called crimes against humanity, and we're gonna read through it, and then we'll speak on it a little more after we get the gist of what this phrase means, or what this term crimes against humanity means, okay? And when it was implemented, Salakia, when it was implemented, and how they're using it versus how it should have been used a while back ago. And I'm sure by now a lot of brothers is already putting it together of where I'm going with this. Anyway, it says crimes against humanity refers to a category of crimes against international law, which includes the most egregious violations of human dignity, especially those directed towards civilization populations. All right. Now, just based off of that first sentence, we already found a guilty party. Based off of this first sentence, we already found someone that's guilty of this, and they've been guilty of this throughout history. All right, they've done this time and time again. And for the very most part of them doing this, all right, as far as doing violations against human dignity directed towards civilization populations, the one that's most guilty of this is the same one that put this term into effect, okay? And now they're using it to protect themselves rather than using it to condemn themselves. All right, either way, reading on, it says, the modern understanding of crimes against humanity is codified, yep, that's the word, codified in the founding statutes of international crime tribunals, including the International Crime Tribunal for the former Yugoslav, and the International Criminal Court, as codified in Article 7 of the ICC statute, which the ICC is that International Criminal Court. It says the following acts are punishable as crimes against humanity when perpetrated by a state actor as part of a systematic or widespread attack against a civilization population. All right, and some of those things include murder, extermination, deportation or forcible transfer, false imprisonment, torture, rape, sexual slavery or enforced sterilization, ethnic persecution, disappearance, and apprehend. It says other inhumane acts of a similar character, initially causing great suffering or serious injury to body or to mental or physical health. Okay, so this is by law what that definition of crimes against humanity is. All right, now they didn't start implementing this as a I'm just looking down to make sure there's nothing else on there that I missed. They didn't start implementing this until the 1900s. You know, I think around 1940 something is when they I think it was around World War II where they start implementing this, and I think they came up with the term crimes against humanity. I think they came up with that before that, but they didn't really start implementing it till the 1940s, you know, which is quite strange because they are very guilty of this. Their ancestors, their grandfathers, all right, the same ones that put this law into effect, their grandfathers are very guilty of this, man. All right, and the main people I'm speaking about that is guilty of this, the number one nation of people that's upon the earth that is guilty of this, that still is conducting this in various parts of the world, is the red Hebrew Edomite, Esau Edom, all right, who commonly refers to themselves as Caucasians. Okay, and they refer to themselves as Caucasian, and they got many different names for that. All right, because they would like to claim whatever country that they're in as that being their race or their nationality, when truly, according to the scriptures, they are and always will be red Hebrew Edomites. All right, the nation of Esau Edom, who, like I said, they refer to themselves as Caucasians. They may say that they're British, or they may say that they're French, or they may say that they're American. All right, or they may say that they're Russian, but the truth of the matter is they are red Hebrew Edomites. They are conquerors. All right, they are oppressors, and they constantly have a hatred within them for the nation of Israel. Now, the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and what this red Hebrew Edomite has done across the world to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you biblically Israelites, you biblical Israelites, what he has done to you is crimes against humanity. It's crimes against the nation of Israel, and it's crimes against the Heavenly Father. All right, and Esau Edom, this red Hebrew Edomite, this so-called Caucasian, he is very guilty of these. He's very guilty of all these that's named out against the civilization population, because Jake always behaved themselves in a civil. They always had a civil manner about them, man. That's why when the conquistadors, when they first landed over here, they said these are peaceable people. We have to take them over. All right. When they went and snatched Jake from the darker tribes, the Southern Kingdom, when they went and snatched them from the west coast of Africa, it was because Jake was being a peaceable people. All right. Now, if Jake was really on some rah-rah stuff, man, if they was really down to defend themselves, if the Most High would have had that in their spirits, there's no way these Edomites or these Hamites or these Ishmaelites or anybody else would have been able to gather them up. But the Most High didn't have them in that spirit. The Most High had them already somewhat broken down, to where these people were able to conquer them. Okay? But still, that does not change the fact that Esau Edom, this red Hebrew Edomite, all right, along with you other heathen nations that follow underneath Esau Edom, you're guilty of murder, extermination, deportation, or forcible transfer. Is not snatching up millions upon millions of people and putting them on cargo slave ships and shipping them across the Atlantic, or to various different locations. Is that not forcible transfer? All right, false imprisonment, torture. Okay, man, at this point I kind of wish I would have pulled up some pictures. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do that. Let me pull up some of these pictures. Slavery. That's not how you spell it. Sorry. Slavery pictures. Slavery in America. All right, which they're trying to get rid of this, man. They are trying to desperately not teach the younger generations about this, about slavery in America. Okay, this isn't. See, they're not even trying to look at this picture. Now, this is a artist rendition, but is this not forcible transfer? You think these men here want to be like this? All right, you got them drawn. They got women up there. Got them drawn all crazy looking. All right, got them all hella skinny and you know got them drawn all kind of crazy looking. And guess what? We wasn't, man, for those tribes that was over there in Africa, they wasn't naked, man. All right, let's put it like that. They wasn't running around naked in those rags, man. After they captured you, they stripped you of your clothing, they stripped you of your jewelry. All right, and they gave you those rags to put on to wear, and they strapped you into that damn ship, man. All right, just look at some of these black and white little photos that they drew up, and this is all light. Everything they're showing here, this is all light compared to what was really going on. All right, because just like we was reading in that article, there was torture. All right, there was false imprisonment, there was rape going on. All right, there's enforced sterilization, because they would have something called clipping all right, clipping the males. And this same thing happened not only to the so-called Negroes, all right, not only to the Southern Kingdom, but the Northern Kingdom suffered this as well, man. All right, you got to think about how the Northern Kingdom, like the tribe of Gad, for example, had the entire land that Gad had got taken over. All right, and you think that happened peaceably? No, man. It happened under the same conditions in which the Negroes had to go through. The only difference is that the Negroes, a large portion of them was put on those plantations. All right, Gad just got overthrown and got their land snatched from them and got forced to go to reservations. But it was still the same type of conditions, man, where they were being murdered. They were being forcibly transferred. All right, they were being imprisoned and tortured. They were being raped and enforced sterilization, man, where they clip you. Speaking of males, that's where they either chop your rod off or they take your jewels, man. They'll chop your jewels off, man. All right, or they'll dismantle it, man. There's a story about this chick that was in Louisiana, and Salakia, I don't mean to rant, but what was her name? I did a lesson about her not too long ago. All right, a few months back. Um, Madam, damn, what was that lady's name? It was Madam something, but she used to sew jakes together, had them break their bones and have it heal back to where they're in the shape of a crab. All right, chaining the slaves to the stove. Just all kind of manners of wickedness, man. All right, and then I think she was of French descent. Either way, she was an Edomite. Okay, it says ethnic persecution. All right, disappearance and apprehended, and any other inhumane act similar of a similar character, intentionally causing great suffering or serious injury to body or mental or physical health. And guess what? You so-called Negroes out there, man, and you, man, all you tribes out there, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Mexicans, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called Puerto Ricans, you so-called Dominicans, all right, so on and so forth. All of you are in a messed up mental and physical health state right now due to the acts that Esau Edom performed on your forefathers, man. All right, you so-called Negroes is heavy with the Stockholm syndrome. All right, you can't get on top no matter what you do. You so-called Mexicans come over here thinking that you're gonna find some type of American dream, and you work your ass off for pennies, literally pennies on the dollar. All right, in the hopes to be able to make it to a white picket fence. Hey, and it's madness, man. All right, and it upsets me because these people come up with this term like crimes against humanity when they're the ones who committed the most crimes against humanity in history, man. Especially against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is the nation of Israel, according to the scriptures. All right. Now, speaking of scriptures, let's go ahead and grab some. I'm sorry, Salakia, that's the wrong way. Speaking of scriptures, let's go ahead and grab some, man. All right. Now, I want to go to Obadiah, obviously, because that Obadiah lays it out so plain and perfect. All right. He lays it out very plain and very perfect. But I'm actually going to, where do I really want to start? I'm going to start in, man. I'm actually going to start in the book of Psalms, all right? We're going to get that Obadiah. Don't you worry. We will get that Obadiah, all right? Fret not. Fret not, because Obadiah will be getting got. All right, we're also going to get some Ezekiel. But we might get some Joel. We might get some Amos. Hey, because the prophets was against you, Esau, Edom. All right? The prophets were against you because you guys have been the main ones that's been a thorn in the side of the nation of Israel. Enemies from the very beginning, man. Enemies from the very beginning, all right? And you were supposed to be our older brother spiritually, all right? Our forefather Jacob, his older brother was Esau, Edom. Now, they was twins, but Edom came out first, all right? Esau, Edom came out first. This is Psalms chapter 137. Psalms chapter 137. I'm thinking it's verse 7. All right. Let me see. Where do I want to start? Yep. I'm going to start at verse 7. So Psalm chapter 137, verse 7, it says, Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, Raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Which the daughter of Babylon is this place, America today, man. All right? This place, America, is the daughter of Babylon. It's the virgin daughter of Babylon, according to the scriptures. Now, whether you want to receive that or not, that's not up to me. And this video isn't, the purpose of this video isn't to break that down. But that information is out there. All right, if you really want that, you can find that. And I may do a video in the near future on that. But the daughter of Babylon, whether you want to receive it or not, is this place, America. Okay, it says, "Who art to be destroyed? Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." Which that's what we need to do. All right, because that's what they did to us.